It is 1010XL, 92.5 FM's Open Gym. 1010XL Magic, RJ Saunders here with you, and we have basketball royalty with us, the former coach of the Orlando Magic. He is Brian Hill, now commentating for the Orlando Magic, doing great things. Mr. Hill, thank you so much for a couple moments.
RJ, thank you for having me here.
Absolutely. So now, what excites you about this team this year? I mean, you know, there were a lot of things that went on last year with the injuries and everything, but they still were able to find a path, find a way through, make it to the playoffs, although they lose to the Boston Celtics. But it seems like this team this year has come in, it's a lot stronger. They've made a lot of big moves in acquiring Desmond Bane. You also get Jace Richardson and Openda from the draft. You also get Tyus Jones, who's a steady veteran guard in this league. Just what excites you about the team this year?
Well, I think what excites me is all the things that you just said,
right.
But I think the big thing with this year's team to me is staying healthy. I think with the addition of the guys you mentioned, Desmond Bane, Tyus Jones, Jace Richardson, a healthy Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero, and Jalen Suggs, who to me is one of the real keys to the team. If this team can stay healthy, I think they realistically have a chance to be one of the best teams in the East.
Absolutely. Now, when you talk about Jalen Suggs being a key cog for this Orlando Magic team in terms of their success, just how in which do you think he's going to be able to do that and provide that for this team night in and night out? Because it does feel like he's the heartbeat of this roster, and they're really going to need him this year.
Well, Coach Mosley has built this team around defense. Jalen Suggs, when he's healthy, is one of the best on-ball defenders in the NBA. There aren't five guys in the league that can defend the ball better than he can. And he's just got a great feel for the defensive side, both whether he's on the ball or off the ball and giving help. And I think he's got enough experience now at the offensive end of the floor to know how to run the team with Franz and Paolo and now Desmond Bane on the floor. And he's not going to be relied on as much to be a principal scorer.
Right.
But I think he's a guy that can still give you 15, 16 points a game. But it's really what he does at the defensive end, to me, that's the difference.
Now, you've been a coach a long time in this league. You have dealt with the superstar players in which you can't write the history books without saying those guys' names, such as Shaq and Penny. You look at a guy like Paolo Banchero. How scary is it that this guy hasn't reached his ceiling yet? Like, there's still higher dimensions in which he can go, and we're able to see that night after night.
Yeah, I think the sky's the limit for Paolo. Obviously, not a lot of guys come into the league at his age with the type of physique that he has, the size, the strength. But then you add his ability to attack the basket off the dribble. His perimeter shooting has gotten better each year he's been in the league. His defense has gotten better each year he's been in the league. But he's a really gifted offensive player. And obviously has made an all-star team and would have made one last year if he hadn't gotten hurt.
Right.
So I really think the sky's the limit for Paolo and what he can accomplish.
Now, do you think this team, when you look at all the injuries that are going on across the Eastern Conference, but there's still a couple of teams that are up there that are really going to have things to say about we can represent the East, teams such as the Knicks. You're also going to have the Cleveland Cavaliers there. Is Orlando in that mix for you to say this could be a team that we see representing the East in the NBA Finals this year?
I think would be appropriate for me to say this is a team that can quite conceivably come out of the East, but there's a lot of teams right now that you look at the situation in Boston, you know, with the injuries, you look at the situation in New York, so everybody's kind of giving that second tier of teams a chance.
Right.
But it's all about playing the games.
Right.
You know, you don't know what's going to happen once the season starts.
Right.
We feel like we have a shot. Atlanta's made changes, and they feel like they have a shot.
Right.
Indiana, obviously, is still in the picture, even though Halliburton's going to be out.
Right.
But I think if we can stay healthy, I think we have an opportunity to win home court advantage for the playoffs. And then once you have home court advantage, you never know what can happen.
Last one for you before we let you go, and thanks so much again for giving us a couple moments. You've been through a lot of these media days. Do you remember what it was like your first NBA media day?
It was a heck of a lot different than this right here. You know, we were in the old rec center,
right,
and they had one little station set up for each player, and the media just walked around and talked to each guy. I would say maybe there were maybe 25 or 30 people there, right, from the media, right, and now there's, I don't know, several hundred here today. Right. So it's a whole different ball game right now.
Absolutely. It's going to be very exciting watching you, Dante Marcatelli, the whole crew
Thank
call
you.
the games this season. We hope for a deep playoff run with the Orlando Magic. Coach Brian Hill, thank you so much.
Well, we hope for a deep playoff run too, and thank you so much for having me.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank
again,
you.
Mr. Hill.
You got-
Hey, it's RJ Saunders here. Thanks for watching 1010XL Magic on YouTube, your new home for all things Orlando Magic and the NBA. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel, and also follow our team-specific channels on 1010XL YouTube.